Hi there, welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to make a flourless brownie recipe. I found it on Pinterest, so let's give it a try. This recipe calls for 7 ingredients only. Let's start with these ingredients. 1 cup of chocolate chips, a half a cup of brown sugar, a fourth of a cup of regular sugar, and 1 stick of butter. We will also be using 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 3 tablespoons of cocoa, and 2 large eggs. And you notice we're not using any flour, and due to the quarantine you can't get it anyway, so it's a good thing. Okay, we're going to melt the first 4 ingredients. First the butter, and both of the sugars. Now the chocolate chips. I'm going to use the microwave to melt this. You can do it on the stove top, but I find this to be easier. Okay, let's take a look. 1 minute is up. I'm going to stir this all together. It looks like it melted, so we're great for 1 minute. Now let's bring it over to the counter. And I'm just going to stir it really well together, just to blend the sugars and the chocolate. It's starting to smell really good. I'm not sure about this no flour, but they will be moist and gooey. Okay, the next step, I'm going to add the eggs. Just going to mix them right into the chocolate sugar mixture. Very simple. Now I'm going to add the vanilla. Again, that was 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Pour it right in there. And the 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Plop it right in there and give it a good stir. You don't need a mixer for this. It's a good workout. Want to get it really mixed well. Everything on the bottom. And I'm going to scrape down the sides. Doesn't look like very much batter. The pan I'm going to use is going to be an 8 by 8 square pan. I have sprayed the cooking spray on it and then put a piece of parchment paper on the bottom. Hopefully it won't stick. Okay, then all I'm going to do is simply pour in the batter. And I've preheated my oven to 350. Just spread this all around the pan. The recipe says to give it 2 taps on the counter before you put it into the oven. So I suppose it's to settle it. There we go. Into the oven we go. And we're going to bake that for 25 minutes. You'll just want the top to be a little cracked. Okay, the brownies should be done. Should we check it out? Let's see if they're cracked. Oh, well, a little cracked. So the brownies have been out of the oven for about an hour or so, so they're all cooled off. You don't want to cut them when they're hot because they'll all mush together. Let's try to cut these babies. They're feeling crunchy. I would have thought they would have pulled away from the side better. I'm cutting into them. They're not very high. I don't know what to expect with no flour. They smell good. Oh my. Okay, it's Schnecken time. I've got my taste testers here. Who wants a brownie?
Me first.
They have a bit of a crunch and they're very thin. Oh dear Pinterest, have you failed me now?
Dear Pinterest.
Okay.
They look very crunchy. They're really good. A little chewy though.
The bottom isn't good, but like the middle is the most chocolatey part, and it's really good. Ah. Mmm.
Good brownies. I don't think I've ever made anything without flour before.
I hear a lot of background chewing.
It's interesting. It's really chocolatey. Not for you, Miles.
Guest expert.
Really gooey. I agree with Jack about the bottom though.
I'll be the judge of this.
Mmm.
It tastes good. It's really the consistency that's the issue. Kind of like a candy bar almost.
All right. I might have to sit down for this.
On to the next one.
They're not very attractive. I bet they're good.
They are.
Different. I prefer the traditional brownie, but I had to try it because we don't have flour. We want the top to be a little... Okay, we want the top... Just bake it till it's done. We want the top to be a little... You'll want the top to be a... Okay.